Welcome to my latest video. I just made a mod to my mini mill, and because I've heard the question asked many times online, can I use my mill manually if I do a CNC conversion? And the answer is yes, if you do it right. And I'm going to show you what you need to do it right. First off, you're going to need stepper motors that are dual shaft, and I'll put a link to the place that I bought these online. I bought them on eBay. It was about $100 for the 3 of them. They're NEMA 23, but as you can see, they're dual shaft, and I bought a knob for them. For the life of me, I can't find out, or I can't remember who I bought these knobs from. It was back in 2015 or something. But what I do if I want to use the mill manually, or if I want to tram, okay, this is very important. It makes it a whole hell of a lot easier to tram something if you can move your axes manually. So I've got Mach 3 turned on right now, and you know, everything's tight because it's all powered up. But what I did was I installed a little breakout box here with 3 switches, and that allows me to disable each stepper one at a time, or all if I want. And so I'll give you an example here. We'll turn off the Y axis, and I can now manually move the Y axis. Now, the way I wired this up is that the switch opens up. Well, first off, you know that every step motor has 2 windings. The switch is a double pole single throw, and so what I do is I open up each winding with the one switch. So one wire on each winding is opened when the switch is in the manual position. You can see I marked it manual on the box there. And the CNC, you know, that's self-explanatory. It hooks the stepper motor back up the way it's supposed to be. And so, like I said, this gives me full control of the axis, and it prevents the bucking that occurs when you try to move an axis in a CNC machine. You try to move it manually. If you have a wheel on here and you can move it fast enough, you'll feel some bucking, and a lot of people mistake it for binding. But it's not binding. It's actually the stepper motor generates voltage, and as you're generating voltage like that, it's attached to the driver card, and the driver's trying to quench the energy, so it's putting it to ground. So that's what makes it buck like that. With the wiring I did here, you won't have the bucking, because whatever's generated by the stepper motor is electrically not connected to the drivers when you throw the switch in the off position. Now, in terms of tramming, what I do is I turn them all off. Okay, I adjust the Y. I got another wheel up here. I don't know if you can see it. Another wheel up here. I can adjust the Y and the X until I get my workpiece where I want it. I don't have a bit in here right now, by the way. And lower it and get it right to the corner of my workpiece. In this case, I want to face this because it's got some chips on the end. I'll get it right to the corner, and then I'll turn it back on like that. And then I'll zero Mach 3, X, Y, and Z. like that, and that gives me my starting point without having to use any joysticks or anything like that, or trying to use a keyboard, which is, you know, really hard to do on a keyboard. So that's all I have. It's a neat little mod, and I've been wanting to do it for a long time. I knew how to do it. I should have did it when I originally built this thing, but you know, I wanted to finish, and I didn't think I needed it because I told myself, well, nobody else has one. So, but you definitely should do this if you can. Like I said, I mean, don't waste your time, of course, if you don't have NEMAs with dual shaft, because you're not going to be able to put a wheel on these things. I'm not happy with these little wheels that I've got on here, to tell the truth, but they do the job. But I would want them a little larger, and with a handle that actually turns when I spin. This handle is rigid. Okay, so like I said, I'll put a link to the eBay seller for the NEMA 23 with the dual shaft. There's probably others out there, but that happens to be the guy I used. And that's all we got for this video. Oh, by the way, I'm no longer a virgin because I broke my first gear. I use this machine a lot, but this is the first time I had a program error in the Z-axis, and it jammed a bit into the stock there, as you can see, and broke the gear. And a lot of people don't understand what that gear is for, but that gear is there to prevent damage, even though it's a sacrificial gear. If you stall this machine like this, like I did here, by accident, you're much better off breaking a $10 gear than stalling the motor, blowing the driver board and the electronics, or any other damage it would do. So the gear is plastic for a reason. And I know about the belt drives and all that from Little Machine Shop and others, but just replacing the gear, just be careful, and you won't have this happen. I wasn't careful, and I paid the price. So I used the time to install that mod. Alright, that's about it for this one, a short one.